Hello everybody, my name is Josep Lambies, I'm a film critic and professor, and I'm very thrilled to introduce the screening of Por donde pasa silencio, As Silence Passes By, one of the most unexpected releases in Spain this season. It is the debut feature film by Sandra Romero, a first-time filmmaker who was a complete unknown until very recently. She has become the talk of the town in the last months. Why? Because the release of As Silence Passes By coincided in time with the launch of Los Años Nuevos, the New Years, a series created by Rodrigo Sorogoyen where Sandra Romero directs 3 out of 10 episodes. The New Year's has been very popular in Spain. Everyone has seen it, everyone is talking about it, everyone has loved it. It follows the story of a boy and a girl over 10 years, from the moment they meet on New Year's Eve 2015 until 2024.
Son las bombas que provocan el temblor, un temblor que es placer y anula.
In As Silence Passes By, Sandra Romero revisits an idea she had started working on in a short film that had the same title and that was released in 2020. It already starred Antonio Araque, who plays the main character in the film that you're about to watch today.
Para que no te vayas. ¿Qué pasa? Que no quieres que me vaya, ¿no?
Qué bien que te quede para nuestro cumpleaños, ¿eh?
At this point, it is important to note that Sandra and Antonio have been friends almost since childhood. They both grew up together in Écija, a small town in Andalusia, in southern Spain, a town that they left after high school. Sandra to study at a film school, and Antonio to study acting. That means that As Silence Passes By is a movie that largely stems from an old friendship, a relationship of trust and mutual understanding that has developed over time. This gives the film a very particular sense of familiarity. As Silence Passes By is the story of 3 siblings, 2 twins and their sister. The actors who embody the brother and sister are Antonio Araque's real-life siblings.
¡Viva los Mellis!
As Silence Passes By takes place in Écija, Sandra Romero's hometown. This is very interesting because there seems to be a tendency here. In the past few years, we have seen several filmmakers, many of them women, who have returned to their hometowns to shoot their first feature films. We're talking about small towns, forgotten towns, towns that have been abandoned by young people, as is the case with Viaje al cuarto de una madre, Journey to a Mother's Room by Celia Rico Clavellino, a film about the relationship between a widow who works as a seamstress and her daughter. The film was shot in Constantina, a town in Seville, in southern Spain, that is the director's place of origin. The main character, played by the wonderful actress Lola Dueñas, was a portrait of the director's own mother. Another filmmaker who returned to her hometown to make her first film is Elena López Riera. El Agua, the water, as the film is called, takes place in a village preparing for a big storm that threatens to flood the river running through it. The realism of the proposal combines with a mix of folkloric magic and superstition. It is said that with each flood in the village, a woman disappears. As Silence Passes By, Sandra Romero's debut feature film, is very different from The Water. It is even very different from Journey to a Mother's Room. And yet, there seems to be something that these 3 movies share. A delicacy in the way of filming the village and its people, and a search for truth in the way the story is told, in the way the emotions are shown. I hope this will move you as much as it moved me. Thanks for listening and enjoy the screening.